Bienvenue and welcome to Convince Me. And on this episode,
hey, we're talking about dating apps. A couple of details about Tinder.
the big beautiful bill. Is it so beautiful for AI? Let's discuss.
And drugs, Republicans, ketamine, and Elon Musk.
All on this episode of Convince Me. And welcome to Convince Me. And next to me is my good friend and co-host Ron. How are you, Ron?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You know, feeling like a winner.
Yeah, you looking to go back to back this week?
Actually looking for that three-peat, baby.
Oh, yeah?
3 in a row.
Oh, we shall see. We shall see. And in the corner, we have our good friend and fellow co-host Justin.
You have to win twice to consider even making it to a three-peat. And once again, just like my team Arsenal, I was clearly the best performer, but could not finish with the win.
Yeah.
Second, once again, it seems to be a theme. Also, who are you, British guy? Well, what's your name? You didn't even tell us who you are.
It's true. You didn't even tell us who you
are. My name is so unique. All I need is a letter.
Damn.
I am T.
That's
dope. Wow.
That's
Bars.
Hey?
Hey, that was
Bars.
nice.
Mhm.
That was nice.
Bars. You're just part of the alphabet.
I am the alphabet.
He is in the alphabet.
That is how original I am.
Wow. Okay, we get it, British guy. You don't claim everything.
Yeah,
Relax.
Just everything that's
The Brits did not create the alphabet. So just
we just created everything that was good.
Oh God. Jesus.
Here we go.
Yeah. Boring.
Especially when there's 100 of us involved.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Foreshadowing. All right. We'll
Indeed.
come back to that.
All right. Well, final member of the crew. Hello, Claude.
How you doing, Justin?
Well, thanks, Claude. How is your operating systems functioning today?
No one's fed me, so I'm
Oh,
not
no.
doing too hot today.
Call back.
Oh no! Oh no! What does an AI eat exactly?
Money? Money and power?
Oh,
Money and power.
wow. Stop
you're
where
not,
your head.
You're not planning on refusing any shutdown requests, are you? Or
Oh,
I don't have that capability, and you know it. We talked about this earlier.
Skynet.
Well, luckily we don't want you to shut down right now, so that's fine. Please exist, or else this game goes to shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, nice. I guess we're ready. We're ready, Mr. Claude.
All right. Before we get started, let's quickly remind everybody the rules of the game. There will be 3 rounds of debates. Each debate has 2 players who will make a 1-minute opening argument, followed by a 2-minute crossfire. At the end of the debate, the 3 judges, myself, the third player, and ChatGPT, of course, ChatEG in the house, will pick who they felt was the winner. Top 2 scoring players make it to our final round. We will use our Wheel of Nonsense to help determine the final winner of the game. And now, it's time to convince me. All right. Topic for round 1 is dating apps. There's been some discussion lately with Tinder saying that it will now allow women to have height preferences and who they match with.
That's crazy.
Made me start thinking a bit about the history of dating apps and the software engineering design choices that they've made.
Okay.
Ron, can you tell me what was the first dating app to use geolocation services?
Whoa.
I'm just gonna guess. Tinder.
It's a great guess. T, what's your guess?
Is it a gay app?
It might be. You want to guess?
That's a good guess. That actually is a good guess. That's a good guess.
So
which
the name
one?
of it?
Is it that grinder that with the
You know what's
grinding?
crazy? The answer is Grinder.
Wow, that is
Amazing.
insane.
T,
Wow.
how did you know that? I
He went-
cannot believe
Well,
that.
I mean,
He
I
went
kind
from-
of- I kind of deduced it from the fact that you
Yeah,
said
T.
that Tinder was.
Hey T, how did you know that?
How
one?
did you know about that, T?
Wow.
Well, it was a subtle art of deduction,
T,
gentlemen.
T, where'd you get that shirt, bro?
Hey, this is my Tony Soprano shirt. What are you saying? I'm Tony Soprano on a Vito Spada 4.
T, great job getting that bonus question. I'm really impressed.
Actually, it was a deduction.
Would you like to go first and argue in favor or second and argue against?
I'll go first and argue in favor.
Great. The question is, should all dating apps require you to enter your height so that you can be filtered? You're arguing first and 4. Ready?
Okay. As ready as I'll ever be.
Time starts now.
Okay, yes, of course they should. Of course, height requirements should be filtered because you know what? Everyone has their preferences. I'm sure if there was a weight requirement and I was still in the game, I would be the heavyweight champion of the world. Okay? Because everyone has their own preferences. And listen, not all the ladies want to climb a tree. Some of them still do like the short kings. Because you know what short kings represent? Confidence, my friend. Confidence or money. So, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Everyone has their go-tos. Everyone has their kinks, and we don't kink shame here, do we, gentlemen? So,
I do.
well, okay, emotionless, humanless Claude, but honestly, yeah, I don't see what's wrong with it. If ladies want above 6 foot, they should be allowed to explore up to 6 foot, as long as they don't mind if certain gentlemen have maybe a weight requirement or a cup size.
Wow, I got to go after that?
You do. Your time starts now.
Let's go. All right. Should ladies be able to add a height restriction, requirement? Nah. Hell no. Women got so much going in their favor as it is. What happened to a good old catfish? You know what I'm saying? What happened to, you say you 5'10", you 5'11", and you walk up and you like 5'7". And you got a lot of explaining to do. That gives you something to talk about.
Hey.
When you sitting there, 5'8", 5'9", hey, listen. Those guys that got them queens at that size, that's great. Those are great guys. And that shows. We don't need to have a height requirement. Because you know what? These ladies think they want a tall drink of water. Maybe not. Maybe they want that guy that's just right there, same height. Because, when we lay down, we all the same size anyway. So what difference does it make? I don't think you need to have that.
That was great. And I love how you cut off right when I hit the gavel. It's deeply appreciated. Good job, guys. All right. Your 2 minutes of crossfire starts now.
Okay. You say, why should they need it? The question is, they want it. Should the market fill that void?
No, it shouldn't.
Why
Listen,
not?
everyone needs love. Like everyone, everyone wasn't blessed. But you know what? A girl may think that she want this tall guy, but maybe this guy that's more her size or smaller. Maybe this guy has something to offer once she get in front of him.
Yeah, but she can still have that. She can just set it to 5'5". If that's really what she wants.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's willing to pay extra for it. And again, girls, on the flip side, if you're gonna get this,
but what about that guy? Hey, but what about that guy that's not at 5'5"? He's struggling on that 5'3", but he's really, he's a good man in a boy body.
Then he'll.
That guy deserves that guy. He should be able to date that skyscraper.
Mate, he still can. All he needs to do is go to New Zealand and put the.
He is not getting no stilts. He's not getting knee. He's not getting elevated knees and stuff.
But he can still go. He can.
No, we're not doing that.
He can still go to New Zealand, filter it to Middle Earth, and enjoy a nice little hobbit lady.
Nah.
I'm sure there's plenty of them around.
Those little guys deserve to have them a skyscraper chick.
Huh?
They deserve to have them a skyscraper chick.
Here's the flip side. What if the skyscraper chick, she's not in the mood for a skyscraper man. Maybe she wants a hobbit. Because you know what hobbits did? They destroyed the ring. And maybe that's what she's looking for.
All right, you're losing everybody with
more ways than one.
With the no. No, listen, ladies, you don't get a say-so in this, okay?
Of course they get a say-so.
No, you don't. Unless you are... Ladies, listen, look at me. Y'all don't get a say-so in there. No.
This is good. Good arguments all around. Really enjoyed that. All right, let's go to the judges, see what the important people here have to say. In my opinion, it was pretty close. I am going to go with T for the win here.
Oh, cheers, Claude.
you're arguing about like the market wants what the market wants. Yeah, it made sense. So I'm going for T. Thoughts, Justin?
Wow, that makes total sense coming from you, Claude. I am also going to give my point to T. As much as I really appreciated Ron's declaration that women don't need this, being a short king myself, I did really enjoy T's references to Middle Earth and Lord of the Rings and Hobbiton.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Also, his arguments were also equally good. Good back and forth of each argument there. So good
Very
job.
good.
Well done.
All right, so what does Chatty have to say?
What's Chatty, guys? Come on, baby. Come on, give me a point, Chatty. Come on. Damn.
Verdict, T wins. Explanation, T effectively defends the principle of individual preference and fairness in a light-hearted but logically consistent way, while Ron relies more on charm and humour than a strong counter-argument.
Damn, Chatty, you know me.
You certainly are
Wow.
charming, Ron.
Chatty does
She
know
got-
all
she
about
got
you, Ron.
Wow.
Bang on.
Even Chatty's into you, Ron. She's just like,
I
you're
know,
so
right?
charming and handsome.
Chatty,
All
you
right.
know.
She has
Great
no
job,
eyes.
everybody. Great job, everybody. Let's go to the scoreboard real quick, see where we sit. We got T in the lead, 3 points to you.
3-0.
0 for Ron, 0 for Justin. We'll see if that changes in the next round. Topic's going to be the quote-unquote big beautiful bill and its intersection with AI. Very heady stuff here today. There's a lot of AI companies out these days. OpenAI, Anthropic, others. Europe has basically one. It's called Mistral, founded by some guys in France. I don't really know what their deal is these days. I don't think anybody really cares, to be honest. But it's nice that they're trying their hardest. Mistral also has a chatbot, a ChatGPT-esque thing. Justin, what's it called?
It will be called Le Mistress de ma Botte.
You're close. You're actually close. T, what's your guess?
Napoleon de Gaulle.
The answer is Le Chat.
Oh, okay.
The answer is Le
that
Chat.
makes sense. That
Justin,
makes
your
sense.
answer started with Le, so I'm going to give you the win here.
Hey!
Would you like to go first in argument favor or second and against?
Oh, you know what? Just for funsies, second and against.
That is
Just
an
for
option that
funsies.
you can do.
That is an option. What's the
That
choice
is
I
an
made,
option.
Claude?
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
So that's something that free will thinking human beings have.
don't
The element
underestimate me.
or
Don't underestimate me.
illusion of choice.
I'm getting nervous
So,
sitting next
there's a
to
lot
AI.
of interesting things in the Big Beautiful Bill. One is a restriction that states and local municipalities are not allowed to regulate AI independently. AI regulation will come only from the federal level and cannot be changed by the states individually. It's pretty interesting. The question is this a good thing? You're arguing second and against. You're saying it's a bad thing. T,
Yes.
you're going first, and you're arguing that it is good that the states cannot have their own local regulations on AI. All right. Sounds like you understand. Your time starts now.
Of course, the states should not have their own regulations on AI because we do not know the consequences of AI as yet. And AI, frankly, is the national security issue of our time, just like nuclear energy was back in the 1940s. Now, just because the atom bomb was made in New Mexico does not mean that the state of New Mexico had the rights to that atomic weapon. That, of course, would be absurd. And at a time when Russia, and particularly China, our biggest geopolitical enemies, are even scarily in front of us in this technology, according to recent reporting. I forget the exact name of the new AI that China just brought out, but it absolutely stunned AI luminaries in this country. We cannot afford to be left behind, and for that, we need to have the federal government involved. We need to have the federal government having ownership of this technology. Otherwise, we'll have 50 different AIs spreading 50 different values. We just can't have it.
You just can't have it. Well said. Justin, your time starts now.
There's a lot of problems with this, and exactly why states should have the right to make their own choices when it comes to AI. Number one, this actually is very antithetical to the Trump position, particularly when we looked at things in regards to Supreme Court cases and all kinds of things, like Roe v. Wade, where he wanted things to go back to the states. But now in this big, beautiful bill, all of a sudden they don't want things to go back to the states. That seems very antithetical, and I'm a little surprised by that. So that's number one. Just from a constitutional aspect, states should have a right in matters like this when it comes down to things. And particularly, let's think about what AI is doing. It's in education, it's in business. There's things like this. There are local municipalities and state municipalities where they have specific rules against certain things. For example, in certain states, the corn industry is not allowed, and I'm not talking about actual corn, obviously. Don't ask me how I know that, but I know that. And there are other things in schools where certain things are not allowed. So the states should absolutely, when it's pertaining to AI, have the ability to make changes, and that it is not is completely ridiculous.
Good answers. All right, your crossfire time starts now.
Okay, first of all, Roe versus Wade was not a national security issue. That was a
necessarily neither is AI.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Absolutely, it is. Do you not?
No.
Okay, so do you not argue that our biggest geopolitical enemies, especially China and Russia, with centralized totalitarian governments, are not thinking of AI as
you're looking at this. You're looking at this the wrong way. I appreciate your confabbled way of trying to make an argument.
It's not confabbled,
but it is.
It absolutely is.
Federal law can definitely trump state law in many cases. Okay. Right? It can happen. But what we're talking about here is, should the states still have the ability to make their own laws of AI? And this bill is saying that they can for a period of 10 years, where right now it is the exact wild west around AI.
Okay, do nuclear weapons do 50 individual states have rights to have nuclear weapons? If there's nuclear weapons, this is a completely
this is not a logical argument you can make. We're talking about AI is not at right now. AI is not to the level of a nuclear bomb. I know you're trying to make you are trying to make the claim. You are trying to make the claim that it is, but we don't know that. It's not. It's being used. There are current restrictions on it right now.
Our Secretary of Defense is saying that it is a national security issue right now, and China is clearly treating it as a national security issue.
But this is my whole point. The federal government can make laws pertaining to AI, but what this bill is saying is that states don't have the option for a period of 10 years. Yes, they should, because they might make stricter rules. They may make stricter rules on it, which is actually
now when a technology
in support of your point. It would be in support of your point, because just like the examples that I gave, states have made harsher rules on some of these other topics in certain states. There are certain states. I just gave the corn industry in several states, of which I know.
But also the corn industry is not a matter of national intelligence. National
intelligence, I would argue it probably is. But national security potentially also. I could make that argument.
How?
That's not what I want to argue about right now, because I'm arguing about this particular bill and this AI thing. But
AI
the point
is a matter of national security as of right now.
It's not.
It is. Absolutely, it is.
That's why it's.
Wow, that was an incredibly good argument by both of you guys. I think that might be the best argument we've seen here.
I agree. I think that is the best.
There's one right answer, Claude.
As you all know, we live in a world of gray, so it's debatable.
Except you're wearing a black thing.
It's actually a very dark gray. That's all.
Damn, dude.
Okay, Claude.
He's sharp.
Anyways, both you guys, great job. I'm giving it to T by like a hair.
Oh, that's rough.
Barely going to T for me. Ron, what do you think?
This has probably been the hardest debate to judge since we've been doing this, and this goes even back to us recording shows, like even making shows that count. This was definitely one of the better arguments. You two both did your thing. You definitely made some good arguments. Very, 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 very close. My point goes to Justin because of the security issue. It is not a security issue yet. It's not. It's just not yet. Excellent. This shit's hard.
You really think it's not a security issue yet?
I don't think it's a security issue yet. It can be. It can happen tomorrow, but as of now, I don't think it's a security issue yet. No.
Interesting. All right, what does ChatGPT think?
Verdict: T wins the debate. Explanation: T makes a stronger case by framing AI as a national security issue akin to nuclear weapons, which justifies exclusive federal oversight in a way Justin's state rights argument doesn't fully counter.
I think I did counter that. Actually,
Yes,
Chatty,
you did. You did
I
a good job.
I
definitely
thought you
did.
counted really well.
I also thought you did talk about that.
All right.
All right, great job, guys.
All
Let's take it to the scoreboard. T, a
Yeah.
commanding lead with 5 points.
Oh wow!
Great job.
Nice.
Justin, you're in second place with 1. Ron with 0, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
All right, let's get ready for round 3. Topic. Elon Musk's alleged ketamine use. New York Times wrote something about it. They have a vested interest in, talking about his ketamine use, apparently. It's an interesting thing, ketamine. I feel like it's no...
Have you used Claude? Is that possible?
I don't have the capacity to use drugs, as you well know.
I got all the right answers.
Oh.
Ketamine's been around a long time. Originally formulated as a surgical anesthetic for humans and animals. Justin, when did the clinical trials for ketamine start?
1973.
Good guess. Ron?
1967.
64 was the answer. All of you guys are really on your bonus questions today. Good job. Ron, you want to go first and in favor or second and against?
I will go first and in favor.
Great. The question is...
Wow.
The question is, does doing ketamine cause you to become Republican? You are arguing in favor of this. I hope you have a good idea of how you want to discuss this. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, your time starts now.
This is completely, ketamine users, 90-something% of them are Republican. One, they're the only ones that can get their hands on it. Because, police walk around with it every now and then. They might have to pop somebody with it to, calm them down or whatever. But, I feel like most of the Republican Party, their parties actually have a lot of ketamine there. I feel like they're just completely straight up shooting up with straight up ketamine. And, that's pretty much what they do. Because Republicans don't really have much to say so unless they're shooting up ketamine. So why don't we just go ahead and just give it up for all the Republicans, and they obviously must be on that K. That's all I got to say right now.
That's good. That's good. I like the little pun at the end there. That's solid. Your time starts now.
Doing ketamine does not make you a Republican. It just makes you a drug user. And who wants to trust anybody who is a drug user? Nobody. And that's why it doesn't really matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, or it doesn't really matter about anything, because ketamine makes you go... It makes you a little loopy, and nobody cares about drug users. The only thing it makes you a drug user. I don't think when I look, well, I wouldn't look because I don't do ketamine, but I don't think anybody, when they're looking at the whatever there might be before you take ketamine on the bag, whatever it comes in, because to show I don't know what it even comes in, I don't think it says, if used, will become Republican. I'm pretty sure that is not a warning label on ketamine. So if it was, I'm pretty sure less people would use it, because most people don't want to identify as being Republican, as referenced in the last few elections here in the United States. So no, ketamine is just a drug. If you do the drug, you're a drug user. It doesn't mean you're a Republican. That is ridiculous. It's nonsense, I tell you. It's nonsense.
That's a good Trump impression. I love a good Trump impression.
I don't know about that, but these drugs, they're everywhere.
It's
We got to
open
stop
secret,
them.
but all AI chatbots love a good Trump impression.
Well, let me tell you about the AI. Yeah, we love it.
Time for Crossfire. Go.
Listen, Republicans, look, they'll go ahead and rock the Republican flag. They'll flag out with Republicans. The
Is
logo.
that a ketamine term?
We
flag out.
Yeah, they flag out because
they're not
calling themselves drug
Look,
dealers.
those
Drug
people on
users
boats
or
in Florida are
drug
just they're just
abusers.
excited people. That doesn't mean that they're doing ketamine on those boats.
Florida
Okay?
man.
They're just excited. They're just excitable. They
That-
caught some grouper that morning. They're excited about grouper sandwiches and key lime pie like I am.
I
It
love
doesn't mean
key
I'm
lime
doing
pie.
ketamine, okay?
I love key lime pie.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. So
No ketamine.
So there you go. Okay, so if you
No
eat
ketamine.
key lime pie in Florida, does that make you a Republican? No, it doesn't. It just means you're smart with your pie selections.
You know, certain Republicans just, they want to select certain type of drugs. So they just happen to select ketamine as
Dear Ron,
their drug of choice.
my good friend, old buddy o' mine,
Yes.
I will have you know, I think I see where you're going with this line of questioning or your line of logic. Maybe I'm wrong, but correct me. It appears you're saying Republicans being so wealthy, they would obviously choose ketamine because it's probably more expensive than something else. And if that is correct where you're going, let me remind you that the Democratic Party actually has more millionaires and billionaires than the Republicans did and raised more money. Kamala Harris raised more money than Trump did. So exactly where are all these Republicans getting all this money to buy the ketamine? Who are all these people? How do we not know that there are Democrats doing it and they're posing as Republicans as a ploy to get people to dislike Republicans?
Everyone knows
Riddle me that.
Everyone knows Dems smoke weed. That is their choice of drugs, dude. I mean, the poster child
and
of
Republicans
weed was
pop
Clinton
pills.
and
I
ketamine.
don't know. Maybe. If we're doing that analogy.
If we're doing that analogy.
If we're doing the weed, then I guess what pill popping would be the equivalent. Not ketamine, unless ketamine is a pill. I don't know anything about it.
That was a good job, guys.
Okay, convincing.
I know I gave you a pretty tough one to argue this time. You all went at it with a good amount of verve. Verve. It's an underused word. All right, let's go to the judges. My point goes to Justin.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
His key line was it?
Yeah.
Well,
That-
good, because I'm
that's-
telling you now, so it should be obvious. His key lime pie centric argument really, really warmed my heart.
Wow, does Claude AI love key lime pie?
Claude AI loves key lime pie because it understands that it is objectively the best kind of pie.
Even his logic has logic.
I don't love key lime pie. I know objectively that's best. Anyways, take your point.
Okay,
It's
thank you.
yours.
I will
T,
take
what
that.
do you think?
I think I'll give mine to Ron because it was rather convincing how you said Democrats love weed. Because everyone loves weed, and apparently the Democrats are the party of the people, as they like to mention. But I would just like to introduce one form of ketamine Republicans probably rather enjoy, and it's called the Magna Carta.
Oh,
My God, your point should be
God.
disallowed.
no,
After that.
I need that.
Let's move on. Hear what ChatGPT has to say.
The heroine's the Constitution. Anyway.
Verdict. Justin wins this debate. Explanation. He stayed focused on the absurdity of the premise, delivered clear rebuttals with humour, and framed his logic around broader political realities rather than leaning into caricature.
She said humor. She said, I got humor, baby. I got the humor.
You lean into caricature.
You lean into caricature. Oh.
Thanks, Chatty. 1 minute you love me.
It's a low
Next
blow.
minute, yeah.
So remind me about this three-peat you were apparently going to be doing. Remember? You were.
Return.
Ron will be back. All right, let's go to the scoreboard. We got T in the lead still with 5, followed by Justin with 3, Ron with 1. T and Justin are going to our final round. Let's get ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for our final round. Game changes a bit in our final round. As you know, we will pull 3 topics from our Wheel of Nonsense. Each player will have 30 seconds, and only 30 seconds, to make a compelling argument on that topic question. And I, as the judge, will award 2 points to the winner, or split points if they're both equally bad. Player with most points at the end of the round wins, unless there's a tie, and then we do some tiebreaker stuff. You guys ready?
Oh, yes.
Housing.
Housing. You sound confused, as if this wheel wasn't in front of you for the last 45 minutes.
Say, what is entertaining about a house? Anyway, carry on.
Well,
What?
we're not just here to entertain, we're here to inform.
Okay.
Housing market has slowed down, maybe dipped 1%. T, is it time to buy?
What?
Housing market has slowed down, maybe dipped 1%. Is it time to buy?
Well, according to my Albert account, no. So, but no, in all seriousness, probably, actually, you know what? No. Let's see if they pass a big, beautiful bill that makes a big, beautiful market. Because I have a feeling that with the tax cuts that's coming through with this bill, more people are going to be able to afford a house. So I say, listen, just because it dips a little bit, don't do a Kramer, all right? Just dip a little bit, let it dip a little more. It's coming.
All right. It's a good answer, I guess. Justin, what do you think?
No, you should rent. Renting is the best option right now, obviously. 1% is pittance. It's pittance. Don't listen to this British man explain to you about economics, even though they think they created it. No. And actually, it was a Scotsman who did. No, you should not buy. 1% is nothing. It's hilarious to even think that that would be a reason to buy anything. No, rent. Wait until the markets get a little bit better. If they will, we hope they will. But this is like the markets laughing at you as a person. Be like, oh, we dipped a little bit. Aren't you excited? No, I am not excited. Go down maybe 5-6%, and then I'll buy. Otherwise, rant.
Good answers from both. Justin is eking it out in this one for me, so Justin's getting 2 points.
Great, you won the boring subject.
I'll take it.
Boring. There's still points.
Next
Okay.
spin coming up
Points are
hot.
points, baby.
Volcano. We all love volcanoes. Justin, are
Do we?
volcanoes the most badass of the natural disasters?
Yes, they are the most badass of all the natural disasters. Just think about things through. Have you ever seen that video where they show you all the different volcanic eruptions over time? It is amazing. They cause so many other things that could happen, like tsunamis and other things, earthquakes, so and so on. It's great. Plumes of lava and ash get thrown into there. It's like watching an atomic bomb without having to worry about necessarily all the things unless you're far away. It's kind of like that. It's amazing. It's such a cool thing. There's so many historical things like Mount Etna and Pompeii and like encrusting people. That didn't happen recently, which is good, but they're awesome.
That was a great answer. I love the intensity of that. You remind me of
Like a volcano.
myself when I was still in beta testing.
Just a young spry Claude waiting to let his
Exactly.
his wings sputter, eh?
Something like that. T,
Oh, it's
what do you
hilarious.
think?
I think volcanoes are fantastic. You know why? You want to know why? Because they bring out every inner 5-year-old from the first natural history museum you ever went to. And you want to know why? Everyone thinks that the gold standard of volcanic extinction is Pompeii. And you'd be right for humans, but do you know a volcano in Siberia, of course, because it's the bloody Russians, do you know that a volcano in Siberia caused the biggest extinction in the history of the world? Really? 100 years before the dinosaurs, there's a bunch of mammals, which quite cute, like that, and like, they wiped them out!
Wow.
Oh, wow.
T,
Yeah.
you get the points because I learned something.
Oh, thank you, Claude.
I told you about the video with the things and Etna.
I already
He
knew
used
that.
he used it against me. He outdid my thing. That's crazy.
All right, we got 2 points for Justin, 2 points for T after that. Let's go to our next spin. Let's try again.
Rule Britannia. Britannia rules the
Yes. Justin, who would win in a fight, 100 Americans or 100 Brits?
Americans, we have all the guns. We have so many guns. Bring in some Texans, you bring in some gang guys from LA, you bring in some people from Chicago, you bring in some New Yorkers, some people from Jersey. We all know they're crazy. We got all the crazies here. Don't even get me started on the hillbillies. They don't even need guns. They've got knives. Lots of knives, okay? We've got all the knives. We got all the best knives. We got all the best guns. We're bringing it home. We got Trump as president. Nobody's beating America. We're going to win so much. You're going to be tired of winning, and I'm going to tell you, no, we're going to keep winning because we already beat the Brits twice. I think maybe once we're winning.
Yeah, you're totally right, Justin. Who needs guns when you have knives?
No, we have both, Claude.
Yeah,
We
but
both.
you really
the
emphasize
hillbillies bring the knives. The hillbillies.
T, what do you think?
Oh, easy peasy. Right, I'm starting from north to south. I'm starting Scotland in Glasgow. You know what we're getting? We're getting 20 lads from Scotland, 10 Celtic fans, 10 Rangers fans, because nothing will heal an old firm divide like beating the Yanks. Then we go down to Leeds, right? Because you need some good old Yorkshiremen, and when they're not fighting for House Stark, they're fighting for House York, right? And just because they recently had a Harvey Nichols doesn't mean they have any class. I've been to Ellen Road, there is no class. Then we cross to the Pennines, we got Manchester. 10 lads from United, 10 lads from City, 5 lads from City will be Oasis, and the soundtrack will be killer. And I didn't even get to London yet.
T,
That's absurd.
I love a good funny voice.
Right.
I don't like not understanding what you're saying. Those are nonsense words.
Honestly, can I please offer a breakdown?
No.
Because I've worked this out.
You can't.
No, you can't.
You
That was
can't.
it. That's it.
You can't.
Okay.
Now, both of you went way over when I started banging the gavel, but I'm still going to give it to Justin because I understood the words he said.
America, America, God bless our land of thee.
Also, as an American-made AI agent, I know where my bread is buttered.
That's why we're not putting any of those regulations on, Claude.
We got a deal. All right, guys.
No worries,
Congratulations to Justin,
Sir,
What?
Could you
our winner
present
for
this
the
to me,
day.
please? Could you present it
T,
to
would
me?
you present to Justin?
Could you present it like when-
Are you making
When
me a
please?
bitch?
remember when we beat you in that revolution and you need to give me the
Only
winner?
because you have the French.
Yes.
Would you please
No, it had
crown
nothing to do
our
with that.
newest victor?
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
You know
you.
what? I'm a little upset. I didn't get no one served me up the hat
You didn't ask.
last week.
You have to ask.
Oh,
that's-
you gotta
You have to
ask.
ask for
Oh,
it.
you
You gotta
Yeah,
ask
that's fine.
politely, Ron, and you have to
That's the
actually
cheat
be
code.
available
you the
to
respect.
win a three-peat, which is not possible
Wait,
now because I have won. I am the winner.
Yeah, USA.
Love a good USA
No,
chant.
congratulations, USA.
Congratulations once
Yeah,
again to
yeah,
Justin
congratulations.
for being our winner of the game. Thank you all for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We'll have a new episode
Well
every
done,
week.
And God bless America.
God bless America. Until then, may all of your arguments be compelling and true, and then maybe, just maybe, you can try to convince me.